Hello, YouTube family. I'm gonna tell you my story of how my Tourette started, because it's probably more unique than most people. Fuck off. Woo. Mine started 6 years ago. Fuck off. Woo. I did not grow up with bullying of my Tourette's. Woo. Because I honestly did not know I had Tourette's growing up. 6 years ago, my Tourette's popped up. They just literally came out with full force. I was just all of a sudden, it was literally like in the middle of the day, I just started going and started doing this, and I came over to my mother's house, and my sister Heather was there, my mom, and my sister Michaela, my sister Desiree, and my mom was like, "Crystal, what is wrong with you?" And I'm like, I seriously do not know. And I'm about to go to the emergency room and find out. Because I was that concerned. I apologize. I'm gonna like a blind's going in my face. Figures. So I went to the emergency room that day, and fuck off. Went into the doctor's table, the emergency room, and first thing they said is, "Are you on any anti-psych meds?" And I flat out said, "Nope." I go, "I don't take any drugs. I don't even drink." And fuck off. And of course, the first thing they do is they take blood work and everything like that, which is perfectly fine. I'll give you all the blood they need. Fuck off. And they said, "Are you sure?" Yeah, I'm pretty sure if I was taking any anti-psych meds. Fuck off. And I go, "The only medication I take is for my asthma." And another doctor comes in, asks me the same exact questions. And I go, "Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm not on any anti-psych meds." And I was joking around, do my joking, because that's what I do. I joke around. Third doctor comes in, asks me the same questions. Like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm not on any anti-psych meds. Then they come in and they're like, "We think you have Tourette's." I'm like, what? I'm like, I'm 32 years old. They're like, "Yeah, we think you need to go see a neurologist." I'm like, okay. So I go and I see a neurologist at Queen City, Elliot. He was really nice, but he doesn't specialize in Tourette's. And he's like, "I think you have onset adult Tourette's." And he's like, "Do you know anything that might have caused you to, that would have done it?" And I'm like, no, not at all. And he tried different medications, and he was super nice, but they all did not help. They made things worse. Like Klonopin and Zoloft, and yeah, those didn't. They didn't work. Thank God I had Ativan. I did that at night, but it wasn't like helpful. I hurt myself so much I had to go to the ER, and I liked the Ativan that they gave me at the ER. That was like heaven. I was like, thank you, Lord. Obviously, I had to have a driver bring me home, because I was like, that's... At least I wasn't hitting myself no more. Causing bruising. I mean, obviously I had to take the day off of work, but I felt better. I was like comatose. Fuck off. I love you. Go away. Nobody wants me. I love you. Then I went and saw another neurologist at Dartmouth over on South Main Street. Hated her. I had my boyfriend with me, and she like disregarded that I was even in the room and asking him all the questions. And I'm like, hello, I'm the patient. I'm right here. I'm not invisible. Flat out told her, I don't like you. I'm right here. I'm not deaf nor blind. Pretty much left that appointment. Hated her. I didn't even take the medication that she wanted to prescribe me. I was like, yeah, I pretty much gave her the middle finger. I hated her. Totally disregarded her. Oh, fuck off. And then I was, then I found Dr. Stephen Lee, who actually specializes in Tourette's. He's amazing, love him, but I have to drive an hour and a half to him in Lebanon, New Hampshire. And the first medication he's prescribed me was 10X. That only lasted a year. That was a blood pressure medicine. And the Topamax, which I've been on, I think over 3 years. That one's lasted me a while. And that one's worked out pretty well. But then again, it only goes up to 400 milligrams. And I'm already on 350. I just hate having to go on new medications because it sucks. He's even suggested marijuana. I've tried it, don't like it. It's just not my thing. I get paranoid. I told him that. I'm like, I've tried them all. It doesn't work. I've tried edibles. I've tried like different edibles. I've tried them all. I've tried smoking, which doesn't work out for me because I have asthma. I've tried different strands. Trust me, people. It doesn't work out for me. I'm like in the corner going, I'm gonna die. It doesn't work out for me. I've tried CBD oil. I've tried that too. It doesn't even work for me. Like, it doesn't even help my anxiety. It helped my boyfriend. He loved it. He was like, this stuff works. I'm like, great for you. Sad for me. But over time, I figured out where my Tourette's came from. And like, I did always have Tourette's. They were just so small that I didn't realize I had them. Like, I was like, oh my God, I've always had the clearing of the throat. My mom always got annoyed. And I always, had the sniffing of the nose. And then, oh my God, I've always had the hiccup. I was like, oh my God, I've always done this. I'm like, it's a tick. And that, my daughter's second cousin, Nicole, like, was always like, you have Tourette's. And I'm like, I'd always told her, I'm like, no, I don't. I'm like, because she was picking on me for that hiccup thing that I've always done. And I always told her, I don't have Tourette's. And she's like, yes, you do. And I had that hiccup weird thing that I always did ever since I was 9. And I had contributed to my asthma, was always a tick. And I always contributed it to my asthma because that's what my asthma specialist contributed it to. And I always had to do this weird thing with my tummy, and it would sound like a hiccup. It was a goddamn tick. Now it makes sense because it wasn't a hiccup or taking a deep breath in because of my asthma. It was a goddamn tick. And it was getting worse as 6 years, because it was like 7 years ago, it was getting worse and it was building up. I just didn't realize it. And I've had that since I was 9 years old. That tick I still do to this day. Woo, fuck off. Woo. And the shrugging of the shoulders. I've always done that. Like, I never knew, like, me doing this was a tick. Like, as I got through it, I had to put the puzzles together. And then also, I found out where my Tourette's came from. Because my grandmother, she goes, oh my God, I know where you got your Tourette's from. She goes, my brother has Tourette's. Ta-da! I figured out where I got my Tourette's from. I got it from my great uncle. There we go. I found out where I got my Tourette's from. So that's where my story came from. So I just had to find out where the story, like, woo, fuck off. Woo. I had to put the puzzles together. It was like a puzzle piece slowly going together for me, because when it began, I was like, oh my God, well, what's happening? Because I was so clueless. But woo, it took a couple years, because as the years went by, it probably took like a full 2 years as the puzzle piece went together, because my grandmother was like the last puzzle piece, because she finally gave me like the last puzzle piece of where the Tourette's came from, because she finally told me that my great uncle had Tourette's, because that was like the last puzzle piece, and I had to tell my doctor. I'm like, I know where my Tourette's came from, because you just never know where your Tourette's comes from. Fuck off, because I came that far from the my family bloodline, because I was like, where did my Tourette's come from? Because it was such a mystery for me, because I was like, I don't know where my Tourette's came from, because I'm like, nobody in my family has it. I finally found out that it was my great uncle, and it was kind of like, it made me happy that I knew where my Tourette's came from, that I finally knew. And I was happy that my grandmother told me, because it was such a mystery to me. And when I finally told my mother was like, oh my God, yes, my Uncle John had Tourette's. She goes, we just never knew. We thought it was weird, like tics, like weird things that he did. She goes, now that you said something, yes, it makes sense. Woo! So that's my Tourette story. Mine is odd compared to everybody else. And I never got picked on for it. So I can't say I was ever bullied for my Tourette's. I think that's why I accept mine a little bit better than others. Because I was never bullied. So that's my Tourette story. And I'm sticking to it. Fuck off. But I love you guys. And that's the end of my story. Bye guys.